Welcome back, everybody. This is the FUZE Card. It's a product aimed at replacing your entire wallet with one card. If you're like me, I first saw this on Unbox Therapy, and when I saw it, I was really interested. I was like, that's a really cool product. I looked at the Indiegogo page. I was interested, didn't really look into it. A few days later, I got an email from them asking if I wanted to review it, and I was like, yeah. So first and foremost, this is a pretty brand new technology, and the price definitely reflects that. It's still selling on Indiegogo, and you can get the version without the EMV chip for $90, or the version with the EMV chip for $130. So those are both expensive prices, but on top of that, once it's selling just MSRP and not through Indiegogo, both of those prices will be even higher. So it's just worth noting that it's not cheap, but this is on the forefront of technology. Basically, you load your cards onto it, and it has a reprogrammable magnetic strip as well as a reprogrammable EMV chip. So depending on the card you want to use, it reprograms the strip and the chip based on that card. That's pretty damn cool. So when you first get it and you set it up, the first thing you do is charge it, and then to actually add the cards into the card, add your normal cards into the FUZE card, you connect it via Bluetooth with an app on your phone, and then you plug in a little dongle into your headphone jack, and then you swipe your normal cards, and it automatically transfers the data into the app, so then it can be programmed into the card. You can add any type of card, like debit, credit, gift card, membership cards, all that type of stuff. You can add anything with a barcode. Right now I have my credit, debit, and business debit card loaded onto it, and I use the swiping dongle for that. But actually, since when you load a membership card, you just do it with a picture of the barcode, I can do that live because I haven't added my gym membership card, so I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so membership card, add your card, barcode, access to camera, and then
scanning, control, manipulate scientific data, take over, blast, control.
That was easy. Card name, gym. So now when I have the membership card, the gym, it actually shows the barcode on this little screen that I'll talk more about in a minute. So once you have your cards added, that's really it. You're good to go. Whenever you go to use your card, you can just cycle between the cards you have loaded on there, and you can hold down the hold button to just lock that card in, and it automatically reprograms the strip and the chip, and then you're good to use it as a regular card. Pretty cool. So that's basically the whole rundown of how this card works. So now I want to get a little bit more into the experience side, because I've had this for about a month and I've been using it, and I've definitely learned a few things while I've been using it. But first and foremost, before I get into the experience and say what I liked and didn't like about it, I want to note that this is a pre-production unit essentially. If you actually bought an EMV chip FUZE card right now, it wouldn't get here till January 2018. So they have a lot of time to iron things out. So I just want to put that out there first. First and foremost, and most importantly to me at least, is they advertise the battery life at 1 month, and that's actually true. I got this about a month ago. I charged it the first time to set it up, and I haven't charged it since. I'm very happy that they didn't lie about the battery life, but it's also impressive just that it lasts a month in the first place. If it was something you had to charge every night, it would really defeat the purpose. But it's not all smiles and flowers. Get it? There's flowers. I would say over my whole time of using this, it works a solid 75 to 80% of the time. And I reached out to FUZE. I was wondering because a few systems that just it didn't work with, and they said that there's certain smaller systems like the square systems that you see some small shops using. If they have one of the small ones that like plug into the aux port on an iPad and you swipe in that reader isn't big enough to register this stripe. So like that won't work. And then I've had a few other problems here and there. But with those small systems specifically, like those really small ones that you only get at like small shops, that's kind of forgivable because those are a very unique niche product. If that was it, that would be no problem, but that's not it. There are still some stores that didn't have the very small reader. They had a little bit bigger reader of a unit or something and a third-party chip reader to be able to accept card transactions, and every once in a while it wouldn't work at certain stores, and that's kind of where I had the problem. Granted, at bigger chains that just had more like official and professional equipment for card reading, worked every time, no problem. But those small shops that just have the kind of obscure systems to accept card payments didn't always work, and that's worth mentioning. And because of that, I still have to carry another card backup in my wallet if I'm using the FUZE card. And that, like, obviously I don't want to be in a situation where the FUZE card doesn't work and I don't have an alternate form of payment. So that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. It's not replacing your whole wallet. It took me down from like 5 cards to 2, which is still an improvement, but doesn't quite live up to the hype that was put out upon it. And then you also have to factor in things like it's not going to have cash on it and it can't have your license on it. So that's still a few things you need a wallet for. So it's not quite a wallet replacement, but it does make it a little bit easier. So conclusion time. This is a very new technology and it shows a lot of promise. Granted, this one specifically isn't quite perfect. It's close, but it needs to be perfect for people to really adopt it. I definitely believe that one day we'll have a single card that can replace your whole wallet and it's dependable, and I can't wait for that day. And honestly, FUZE is at the forefront on that, so I'm going to keep an eye on them. I like what they're doing, and I have no doubt that they're going to non-stop improve this product in future iterations. So I look forward to seeing what they do. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.